How is it going, everybody? Today we are out on the DRZ Supermoto, and hopefully the exhaust isn't just drowning out my voice, but we are going to explore a couple of haunted locations, and we are going to start with the Cody Road Railroad Bridge in Independence, Kentucky. There's a lot of different stories about ghosts and things that have been seen back in here. There's a story of a woman, and depending on who tells you the story, she either died being hit by a train, dying in a house fire at a house nearby. The area that we're going to is very low. It goes under the railroad bridge, and when it rains a lot, they actually have these gates that come down to keep you from going through because of flooding. So then there's rumors of, well, she was swept away in a flood, and that's, you know, how she died. Some people call the ghost pig face, because if she was hit by a train, that's what her face looks like now. So just a lot of local lore surrounding this, and it's one of those urban legends I feel like it's dying out with the newer generation. Several people I've talked to haven't heard of it, so we're gonna check it out and get a look at that. And then our next stop after that will be to Wilder, Kentucky. We were going to go to Bobby Mackey's Music World. It's been featured on a lot of ghost hunting shows and things. We won't be going inside. I don't believe they've started demolition of the building yet, so I want to get some exterior footage of the building before it is torn down. Currently, they've moved to a different location in Florence, Kentucky. They're going to be demolishing the current building as it stands. And the plan, as of right now, is that they're going to build a whole new building and rebuild Bobby Mackey's Music World on the ground that it stands on now. So just for some historical documentation, I want to go and get some footage of Bobby Mackey's as well. If you're not familiar with Bobby Mackey's Music World, it is supposedly haunted. A girl's body was thrown down a well there that they call the portal to hell, and her head was supposedly never found, but was possibly buried on the grounds, or maybe her head was thrown down the well. But that's the lore. I know Bobby Mackey's has been on TV shows. If you watch any sort of paranormal shows or come across those, you know, spooky click lists around Halloween on the internet, Bobby Mackey's Music World is probably right there, just because I've heard it be called one of the most haunted places in the United States. But, you know, there's more than what you just see on TV. We have the little things like the Cody Road Bridge. So, next stop, Cody Road. We have a car in front of us a little ways. I tried to give them some space, but I picked up a car behind me. So hopefully I can find a good place to pull off at the railroad bridge and do a nice little walk around. So here is the bridge itself, and here's the creek that runs under it. Looks like we have a nice little place we can pull off and turn around right here. So let's get turned around and we'll pick up the video off the bike. Here is the DRZ, if you haven't seen it before. And here we are at the Cody Road Railroad Bridge. There is, looks like a wetlands restoration area here. I believe you're allowed to walk, but no motorized vehicles. We're not going to push that. But here we are at the railroad bridge itself. So, again, the rumors are she either jumped off the bridge and died, got swept away by the water, was hit by a train. A lot of different things. But we're here now. We don't see any ghosts. So, Pigface, if you're here, come say hello. Otherwise, we're going to get on the bike and hit the next spot. lot of people for the Bobby Mackey's teardown, restoration, whatever, that are concerned that tearing down the building or even just renovating it will let all the ghosts out. So this is, from what I've heard, going to be a teardown. Was going to be a renovation, decided it was cheaper to tear down and rebuild. So we'll see. We'll see if, you know, anything comes of us being there. Both ways, I doubt it, but you never know. What do you guys think? Do you guys believe in the paranormal, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot, any of that, all of that, none of that? Let me know. There's a lot of urban legend places around here I could go and explore. Today just happened to be a nice day. I didn't really know where to ride to, so I figured, hey, why not some Supermoto ghost hunting and going and seeing, you know, one small urban legend and one pretty big urban legend. So yeah, just let me know what you think. If you'd like to see more exploration videos like this. I know so far Cody Road might have been underwhelming to some of you. The whole video may be underwhelming once we get to Bobby Mackey's, because it may already be torn down. I don't know when demolition is or was scheduled. I'm just hoping to get out here and get some footage before it is torn down. I can do things like this. I've got some other types of videos planned instead of just being a motovlog where I go out and complain about my problems. I want to take you guys along and see some of the awesome things of the greater Cincinnati area that I live in. So I live in northern Kentucky. I know a lot of the northern Kentucky stuff and places, so I just kind of want to take you guys around and show you what I like about where I live and the great places we have to motorcycle around here. Now we're coming into downtown Covington. This overpass a couple blocks ahead of us is I-75 at the bottom of the cut in the hill, if you're familiar with that landmark around the Cincinnati area. It's just a big old rock formation they had to dynamite and cut out to make the interstate go up the hill without being too steep. But if you were to get on 75 north or 75 south right here, I'm sorry, you would go right to Cut in the Hill. Now we are coming into Newport. We have a better view over there of the Cincinnati skyline, if you can see it. But we are going just south of Newport onto Licking Pike to where Bobby Mackey's is. So you saw Cincinnati right there. Bobby Mackey's is not very far at all. Back out of the urban, and we kind of almost skip suburban and go straight to rural, it feels like, with how many trees and everything we get. But right here in front of us, right here, welcome to the city of Wilder, Bobby Mackey's Music World. So this is the building that is supposedly haunted. supposedly the most haunted place in the world, where in the basement, again, allegedly a portal to hell, but you can see the building is in pretty rough shape at the moment. There's not a lot here to it. You see right across the road, it's just trees and a hill. We got railroad tracks, and on the other side of that, a river, the Licking River. But they've got this huge parking lot because it's a country western bar. You know, they get big crowds sometimes. But as you can see, it's just a very non-assuming kind of place. I think we may go across the road here and get some footage from that parking lot. So again, here is Bobby Mackey's from right across the road. Very unassuming building. I'm very curious to see how the renovations go. But I am glad I got out here before it was torn down, before the rebuild started. I'm curious to see if they'll keep any of the haunted things that are in there as displays for the new building, or if they're trying to get away from that image. Time will tell, but here it is, Bobby Mackey's, the most haunted place in the world. With that, probably will get you some highlight footage to play us out of me heading out of here and going back through Covington. But other than that, thank you if you made it this far, and have a great day.